This is my synthesis project by Emma Humphrey. Balanced literacy includes interactive writing, shared writing, and independent writing. Interactive writing is where the student and the teacher will do a writing activity together where they share the pen, going back and forth with their writing together. Shared writing is when the teacher is holding the pen and serves as the scribe. The teacher will write the student's ideas and summarize what the student is saying. Independent writing is where the student will choose their own topic and spend a specific amount of time writing at his or her individual level by himself or herself. The connection that I have with balanced literacy is the independent writing. When I was student teaching at the high school, the SPED classroom that I was in had an independent writing activity on the first day. The students spent 30 minutes writing about one topic without stopping, and then came together at the end to share their writing. The next concept is writing workshop. Mini lessons with mentor text is when the mini lesson will happen during the first 5 to 10 minutes of the writer's workshop. This is where the class will come together, and the mini lesson will be focused on a specific topic that the students need to work on, usually with the influence of a specific mentor text. Writing time is usually 30 to 40 minutes of the writer's workshop, where the students are allowed to spend time working on their writing, whether it be a new piece or a continued piece of writing. During this time, everyone will write. This can be by themselves, with a partner, or with a group. Sharing time will take place in the last 5 to 10 minutes of the writer's workshop, and it is a time to share the work in progress and support those who are sharing. Students will constructively comment on each other's writing after sharing is complete. The connection I have to writer's workshop is creating mini lessons. Throughout this semester, I had to come up with many lessons to work on with my student for their writing. I came up with many lessons that focused on the 6 traits of writing and were specific to the student I was working with all semester. The next concept is the writing process. Rehearsing is where the writer will come up with a purpose for writing, brainstorm ideas, identify an audience, and order the information using pictures, models, graphic organizers, listing, etc. Drafting is where the students will put all of their thoughts and ideas onto paper, organize the information, and focus on their specific topic. Revising is where the students will spend this time reorganizing their writing, eliminate unnecessary writing, have peer revising sessions, rewrite so that their writing is clear, concise, and has good flow. Editing is where the students will correct any mistakes due to spelling, punctuation, capitalization, grammatical errors, and other incorrect conventions in their writing. Sharing is where the students will share their writing with peers, the teacher, or a small group. This can be done in many ways, including having an author's chair, showing a presentation, having a writing portfolio, etc. Publishing is where the students will create their own book, display their final draft, wrap up their writing, and create the final form in however they want to present their writing. A connection that I have with the writing process is when I was working with my student all semester on his book, and he was able to publish and share the book with classmates and myself. He was able to show his finished product of his book and share what he wrote with the pictures he created. Another connection that I have of the writing process is when I was working with my student on his book. At the beginning, we did pre-writing together. He spent time coming up with ideas that he wanted to write about. After picking a specific topic that he wanted to write about, he spent time coming up with details that he could write about that topic and drafted his first piece of writing. The last concept is the 6 traits of writing. Ideas are the main message of the writing. These ideas are meant to be interesting, important, and informative. The ideas are supporting the main theme of the writing. Organization is the internal structure of the piece, the pattern and sequence of the writing, the way the ideas and meaning of that writing is set up and organized throughout the piece. The voice is the personal tone and flavor of that author's message. The way the writer comes through the words, this is the way the audience will connect to the author and sense the feeling of the writing. Word choice is the vocabulary words that the writer chooses to convey meaning. The words, phrases that the author chooses should be precise, rich, and colorful. The words and phrases in the writing should provide imagery, sensory details, and enhance the content. Sentence fluency is the rhythm and flow of the language, the way the audience will hear the flow of the writing as it is free of awkward word patterns. The writing should include varying sentence lengths, structure, and style, and the audience should be able to read the piece with ease. Conventions is the mechanical correctness of the writing. This will involve proofreading the piece and editing/correcting any mistakes that were made. The expectations of conventions will depend on the grade level of the writer and the skills they have been taught. A connection I have when working with my student this semester is working on many mini lessons for his writing. One of the mini lessons that we worked on was word choice in his writing. We reread his writing and picked out the vague or boring words that we could change to more rich words. We would pick out the vague words and use the thesaurus or mentor text to come up with exciting words to replace the boring words. Lastly is, how do all of these concepts work together in the classroom? The students will work with the 6 traits of writing as well as the stages of the writing process during the writing workshops and balanced literacy components. During the writing process, the students will each use the 6 traits of writing to perfect their writing. During the writing workshops, the students will participate in mini lessons that focus on the 6 traits of writing as well as the writing process stages. When the students are doing independent writing, shared writing, and interactive writing, they will be using the writing process stages, the 6 traits of writing, and the things they learned in the writing workshop to complete their final product.